Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Oh dear. I guess you are also feeling terrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel okay, emotionally or physically.
Well, I mean, for me, it's emotionally. Was it for you?
I mean, both, obviously, but but also physically sick at the moment.
Why physically sick? What, are you just worried about talking about this film more?
No. It's because the food we've been eating over the last couple of days, because we've run out of food, you see, which is...
We'll just go to the shops, James.
You can't. Yeah, but I'm not allowed because it's the COVID, isn't it?
Oh, you still got... Oh my God, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, I'm still positive. So
how many days since you first tested positive?
I first tested positive on Tuesday last week. So it's been a week, 7 days.
It's been a week, 7 days. Yeah. All right, yeah. So you got a good while yet before you clear.
Which is really annoying because then, like, Rachel can't go out, I can't go out, so I can't. Because
you're in Germany, right? So you've still got to isolate.
Yeah, and so it's really annoying because, like, we've run out of proper food, and all that's left now is just like junk food and stuff. So, I mean, this morning,
just order some food, don't you?
No, because they don't have grocery delivery here. It's
what?
Like, I know. If you're living in a major city, yes, you do. But in this tiny town, there's no. I can get frozen stuff delivered.
Well, get that possible. Then.
I did, but it didn't. It's not coming until tomorrow. It's like there's always a massive lead time.
Did you not see this coming?
No,
did you not say? There's enough for one meal here, but let me wait a couple of days and then have a look again. Is that not what happened?
It's not like that. It's because there's a massive lead time here. It's like I ordered the stuff last Wednesday.
Yeah,
and it's like it takes ages to get here, so it's really annoying.
Okay, you ordered the grocery shopping Wednesday last week.
Yes.
Wow, isn't Germany supposed to be really efficient? That's all you ever hear.
That's one of the myths.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
really?
It's
Are they actually quite
myth.
shit?
It's a massive myth. That is. It's especially when it comes to like small towns where nothing happens.
How disappointed were you when you realised that it's a massive myth?
Mostly when it came to like being able to buy stuff easily. It's quite irritating actually, and it's like this morning my breakfast was crisps. Because that's all I'd left. That's all we've got left in the house. And then the only thing I can get delivered, which there's no way you can call it fresh, is kebabs. Because that's all we've got in like the local area.
Hold on. So what flavour were the crisps?
They were like nacho cheese, which are nice. I mean, I like them a lot, but for breakfast, it's a bit much.
It's not really breakfast material, is it?
I've run out of milk, so I can't even have coffee anymore. So I had like.
This is crazy that you can't just get like the local shop to deliver stuff.
I know, it is mad. And
you don't know anyone in your block. Like, you've not made friends with anyone in your block.
Well, see, that's the problem. So there's somebody in my town that I know who normally before would have dropped stuff off, but he's got COVID because he came to the UK.
Okay.
And so he's ill now.
Is there no one else? You can't post anything on like your front door to say if anyone's going to the shop, we need help?
Send milk.
Well, yeah. Isn't that's kind of what happened when we lived in a close during the first and second lockdown? Yeah. Everyone was like sending messages to each other, just saying, hey, if you need anything, I'm going to the shops, or if you know anyone that's vulnerable, I can drop some stuff off for them.
I'm not on friendly terms, like, honestly, with people.
Have you upset them all because of...
No, just don't talk to people, innit? It's just avoid people. But then that's obviously my...
Is that a mantra of your life?
Generally, yeah.
Avoid people.
Okay. Well, no, because it's like, people equals problem. I
don't know. At the moment, that sounds like no people equals problem.
Yeah, it is a bit of a problem.
I think your people equals problem ideology, James, has come around and bit you on the behind, my friend.
It has, and so the only thing we can get delivered is takeaways, and the only takeaway we've got is basically the pizza or kebab.
Like
yesterday,
the one where you keep ordering the wrong one.
Yeah, although I don't do that anymore. And
okay.
But then it's like yesterday, I ordered like too much so that we'd have enough food for yesterday and today. But then, you start to feel a bit sick after a while of eating it because it's not that good.
Oh dear. Yeah, dear. Well, no, I was actually referring to the emotional turmoil we've been through in the past 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let me explain. We're going to come out of cool mode to explain. We've mentioned it before, but we do this is like a side thing that we do alongside. This is if you don't know us, right? So we're part of TCGS, which is a collective of 4 people mainly, and we do podcasting and streams together. Our main show is the computer game show, which is me, James, a lovely couple of blokes called Matt and Sean. And we've been... It seems so dumb now, but we've been keeping this a secret from them since we started, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense now, does it?
No. So last night we recorded our latest episode of the computer game show, and there was some talk about the Calls series, because if you're coming to this fresh, we've done this before twice. We did it for Dark Souls, called Dark Calls, and we did it for Star Wars. I'd not seen a Star Wars film, and I watched all the Star Wars films for the first time, and that was called Star Calls. And there was some chatter on that show about what the next Calls series was going to be, and Matt and Sean had some ideas, and there was some chatter about, we were mucking about, saying this is our thing, get off our turf type thing. Genuinely just mucking about. But also putting them off the idea because we knew we were going to reveal this at the live show in July. And then, so we finished recording and we sort of decided we got to tell them, man, because this is
it just felt
feeling
really
weird
wrong.
now. So we called them back onto the call. We told them, and they did not react how I thought they were going to react.
Really?
What? They seemed genuinely upset.
Yeah, that's what I was worried was
That's
going to
what
happen.
killed me. They seemed genuinely upset because it's like, why are you keeping stuff from us? Like, we're supposed to be all working together on this thing.
Yeah.
And I just went...
Which is completely legitimate
I just
reaction.
went, oh yeah. But here's the thing. 48 hours ago, in my head, this is going to make them so happy when we reveal this at the live show. That's how I saw it.
I know, because we thought this is going to be like a blockbuster, like massive thing. We've got loads of content for you, the whole sort of thing.
Yeah, look, this is a crazy reveal, and it's really exciting. And look, you didn't even know we were doing it, but here's all this stuff. How cool is this? Yeah. That's how I thought it was going in my head. And then when they found out that we were keeping stuff from them, which we weren't intentionally doing. Like, initially we started doing this in secret because we didn't know if it was going to be good, and we didn't want to let them down if we bailed on it.
Yeah.
And then the whole live show thing come up, and we were like, yeah, let's reveal it there. What a surprise this will be. And now, oh God, I just feel so bad about it.
Yeah. I couldn't go. Me could not sleep last night for quite a long time.
Oh,
and also, it was the first thing I thought of when I woke up.
Oh, really? That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a little bit of sleep, but yeah, I didn't feel good about it.
No, I felt terrible.
But they know now, so which is pointless in us even talking about on this show, because this all happened about 4 months ago. As you're listening to it,
yeah,
maybe even longer. It might be 5 months ago. I'll tell you what. It's Tuesday, the 26th of April is when we're recording this. So it happened on Monday, the 25th of April. That's when they found out. You're listening to this now, it's probably getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah. I wonder what the Christmas episode's going to be.
I don't know.
Probably work it out, but I can't be bothered.
I don't. Yeah. So I feel like crap. But I hope... So Sean... This is what I said was interesting to Sean today. I said, do you know you're going to be the first one to actually listen to this other than me? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, well, James won't listen to it back. I've not sent them to anyone else. You're literally going to be the first one listening to these calls. So I'm sort of eager to hear what he thinks of them. And then hopefully we can do some sort of round table at some point. I think that might have to happen.
Maybe after Endgame or something like that would maybe be the
good old chunk of films and stuff like that. But we'll see. So that's that out of the way. That's the secret gone.
Yeah.
And we're 10 minutes in, and we need to start talking about
what is already an incredibly long film.
Yeah, with incredibly long notes. Captain America. There's going to be some arguments on this podcast, James. I know this 100%. Oh, 100%. There's one argument that we're going to have that might last half an hour.
Really?
Yes.
See, I don't think you probably haven't read me right about this film, but we'll see.
It's not about the film.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Me and you can have rows. I'm telling you. I know it's quite violent,
isn't it?
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Right, here we go. Are you ready?
Go on.
I start by writing, these notes are going to be shocking because Joe used my laptop and didn't charge it up, so I'm using my phone. You know how bad my typos are, so bear with me, James.
Yeah. You must read them as they are written, though.
I will do my best to read them as they're written. Anyway, pumped for this. Snowy base. Book with Winter Soldier star on. They are unfreezing him. So this was in 1991, right?
Yeah.
Right. Winter Soldier still. The whole intro was a little bit confusing, I think, but we'll work for it. Winter Soldier still some blue pouches. This was crazy, right? Because so that's basically the whole intro. The Winter Soldier gets unfrozen. So this is before he shows up in the timeline. This is before he shows up. In the Winter Soldier.
It's before that, yeah.
Yeah, it's before that, isn't it? Yeah, because you see the blue pouches. I'd forgotten that had happened when the reveal of that. Like, I almost wrote down at the start of this, what a shit intro. But thinking back, what a brilliant intro, actually. What a brilliant intro. At the time, I just thought, is that how they're opening it? Oh, great. And then when you know the weight behind that scene... Yeah. It's like, oh my god, okay, all right, okay, that was
because
really
I mean, that whole scene they tease it out, don't they? Repeatedly, not repeatedly, but several times throughout the film.
Tell me about the mission in 1991. Okay, all right, okay. Ha ha ha. Wonder's accent is already changing. I mean,
you do that. It changes during the film.
100%. Yep, I've got that. There's a hint of Eastern European. At the start, it's practically gone by the end of this film.
No, but then occasionally it kind of lilts back again to it as well.
What, in this film or like later on?
In this film, yeah. In this film, it does. Yeah, towards the end, which is pretty good.
Right, okay. So this is the terrorists, I assume they're terrorists, attacking the biohazard base to try and steal a
virus.
A virus, right? Yeah. Okay. Why? I mean, the lorry overtipping and smashing through the top of that gate thing, right, was incredible. But why the hell was that necessary?
It was completely unnecessary. And actually, quite a lot of this opening sequence is kind of unnecessary.
It really is. Like, I thought you could have parked outside. It was only like one of those small barrier things. Yeah. And you had like 50 guns. Like, you could have just got out and walked in. But instead, they decided to, I don't know, drive. I mean, I assume the driver didn't survive.
No, the driver jumped out.
Oh, the driver jumped out. That's right. Yeah. That's right. But all it did was take that. If anything, it made it harder for him. I think. Yeah, that was bad tactics there from the people that were trying to.
It was a big entrance, but not very practical.
Okay. So obviously we get our usual fighting from the Avengers when they show up. Joe slagged off Captain America's shield at this point.
Really? Why?
She said, it's so rubbish. Like, all he's got is that shield and he chucks it about. Guess what?
What?
Harry went absolutely ballistic at her.
Seriously?
Yeah, he really lost his rag.
What did he say?
He said, what are you talking about? She said, well, all he does is throw it about or whatever he said. And at one point he shouted, it is unbreakable metal. I was sitting there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I was properly laughing. Like Harry defending Captain America was a highlight of my week, I must say. It's unbreakable metal, Mum. Okay. Ha ha ha. Black Widow escaping from the tank with the grenade in it. She is the absolute best and I can watch her for hours. Like, I'm really hopeful that I enjoy her film because every time she's on, like, even Joe was watching it, she was like, so what does Black Widow do? And I said, just watch. She was like, no, but what does she do? Has she got any powers or anything? Just watch. Yeah. And then you watch her like beating the shit out of everyone, and Joe just went, like, she's the coolest one, isn't she? I was like, yep, she's absolutely the coolest one. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, the fighting she does is the most stylish, easily out of everybody. Oh, and
it's so good. Brilliant. It's so good. She looks like a Dead or Alive character, doesn't she?
Yeah,
with the way she does those moves, where she, it's great. Right, the shield is magnetic, James. Mm-hmm. Confirmed, because they stuck a magnet on a grenade and chucked it at him. That seems a little bit like a vulnerable thing that people could take advantage of, right?
But it's indestructible metal, David.
Well, is it?
Well, yeah, it is actually.
We'll
yeah.
get to it. We'll get to it.
Well, I know exactly what you're going to say, but we will get to
What,
it.
the
And
claws?
you'll be wrong. Yeah.
I think I am wrong, but like I've got a question about it. Okay, right. Oh, Falcon is way better in this film than he's been in the others. Those little drone things that he uses, saving the vial from breaking, that was really cool. Really,
and it's
cool.
got, what's the name of that thing? It's called like Red something or other. He's trying to like give it a name of like this little drone.
Oh, his little drone thing. Oh,
Yeah.
I must have missed the bit where he tried to name it. What would you call it?
I can't remember what it was, but I mean that's how bad it is. That it was a bad name. But it's a callback to the comics though, because he had a sidekick that was called had the same name as that.
He had a sidekick. Jesus.
Yeah. I know, imagine that. Come on, this is the thing with these films. Like, if you ever are curious about the comics, just go on like Wikipedia or whatever, choose any of these characters, and you'll see like that there's basically like a Bible written about every single one. It's insane.
But these films just ignore it and make their own rules up, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I know. I mean, like, I thought Falcon was really good in this, right? I did. It's the first time I actually liked him. But sometimes I think about the actors. Now, I know they're all millionaires or whatever. They're all, like, rich from these films, so I don't have to feel sorry for them. But there must be a time where if kids see Robert Downey Jr. walking down the road, they're like, Iron Man! Oh my God, it's Captain America! And then you see, like, the lesser ones, like Falcon or whatever, they're like, oh yeah,
Sir, it's War Machine.
Hello, Hawkeye's over there. Yeah. Boo. Leave it out, kid. I am an Avenger. Boo.
Could be worse. You could be Sharon Carter, that I don't think anyone knows or cares about.
Who's Sharon Carter?
Exactly. There you go.
So go on. Who's Sharon Carter?
She was in this film. She's Peggy's daughter. She's the blonde, with the funeral and everything.
That was weird. Okay, we'll get to that. Not daughter, niece, right?
Yes, niece.
Right, yeah.
Niece.
We'll get to that. Very, very, very bizarre. The argument, James, I don't think Captain America comes out well in this film at all. At all.
Well, David, I don't think he does either.
What? No way! Yeah. Oh, okay. Fuck. Oh, fuck. That's brilliant. Okay, right. Okay, we got to talk about his questionable decisions throughout the film.
There's loads of questionable decisions throughout this entire film. It's mad.
I thought you loved him no matter what. I thought he was your superhero.
No, I do love him, but then I think in this one it's a bit weird. Actually, like I can understand his argument. We'll get to it, but
we'll get to it. We're jumping ahead. Right? This is brilliant. I can't believe this. Right? Okay, that I'm very, very surprised, James. Okay. Right. Okay. Sorry, this is really weird. I'm looking at your Skype picture, and it's very serious, and it's really weird. I need to get that off of the screen because your Skype picture is right next to my notes, and it looks like you're trying to make love to me through the monitor. Sorry,
it's a work one, isn't it? It's like
that's not a work one.
It is a work one.
You look like Hunky James in that one. You look well.
Really?
Yeah, you look hot, man.
Oh, cool. Okay, didn't know that.
That's not a work one, mate. That's a Tinder one.
I use it for work.
Do you use it for Tinder? You probably should. Right. I don't remember burnt face metal mask fella. Am I supposed to?
Yeah, it's Rumlow. So that
I beg your pardon?
His name's Rumlow.
Right.
So do you remember in The Winter Soldier,
yes, there
was that guy who was sent to take Captain America, and who eventually also had one of those carriers like dumped on him at the end of the film.
Carriers.
There was the 3 carriers that were like flying in the air that then all got blown up.
Oh yeah.
But Rumlow was the guy that he was working with as from Shield and everything.
Okay, I don't remember him. I don't remember him.
The thing with the lift. He was one of the people in the lift that was like,
there was about 80 people in that lift, James, and
he was one of the main people.
Listen, okay, can I defend myself here for a moment? Firstly, I've watched these films in a very short space of time. Secondly, there are about 40 different main characters. I'm not going to remember one person that was in the lift. I'm not going to do that. So you've got to cut me some slack on this, all right?
It's Rumlow.
Okay, Rumlow was in the lift. Okay, fine. Right? There's no way I would have recognised him. Honestly, I was struggling in this film to go, do I remember that superhero? I don't. Was that one in it before?
Not that many.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Not that many. There's loads of them.
I mean, this is basically another Avengers film, isn't it, as well, is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a Captain America film. Is it because Thor's not in this one?
Yeah, Thor's not in it and the Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they couldn't call it that by, maybe the Hulk would get angry. Sorry. Right, okay. Wonder saving Cap was amazing. I mean, she's sad about blowing the building up, but she also saved everyone on the street. Like, 'cause
that's true.
The street was up. This was okay. Right, okay. Okay, we can focus on. Do I come back to that in my notes? I think I come back to that on my notes. Right, so I'll come back to that. Right, okay. This bit spun my head out for a few reasons. Let's get this out of the way. The bloke from Mad Men, who was in the last film, right? No, he was in Ant-Man. I had no idea he was Tony Stark's dad.
Yeah, it's the older version of his.
Yeah, it did not click with me. So at the start of Ant-Man, Ronnie Pickering?
Ronnie Pickering.
Ronnie Pip. What was his name?
Hank Pym. Where did you come from, Ronnie Pickering?
I don't know. Hank Pym and who's Tony Stark's dad?
Mr. Stark.
Oh my God, James! Don't laugh at me now.
No,
if you can't even remember Tony Stark's
stuff at the moment.
Dad's name.
It's COVID. I can't remember anyone's names.
Stark. So Stark and Frank Pym they were working together, were they?
Yes, they were. Yeah,
at the start of Ant-Man.
It's Howard Stark.
Howard the Stark.
Where has this gone? My brain this is what's ridiculous. It's like the other day when I couldn't remember Tom Holland's name. It's terrible.
Oh, you blame it all on COVID, are you?
I'm blaming it on COVID. It's ridiculous.
Okay. So, what did you say his name was again? There's so many characters in these films. It's so hard to keep
It's
up.
not. This isn't so bad. This is not so bad.
What was his name again?
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark and Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Were friends at the start of Ant-Man.
They kind of worked together, yeah.
Something happened. Right, gotcha. So this scene spun me out because, first of all, I've worked out that obviously Mad Men guy is Howard Stark, right?
Right.
Secondly...
Hang on, he's been in several of the Iron Man films as well.
He was in
as Howard Stark.
Iron Man films. He didn't play Howard Stark in the one where he tells him about the key when he brings up that hologram key. That was the same actor.
Yes.
Wow, okay. I didn't pick up on that then. I did not pick up on that. I didn't recognise him in that one.
I'm sure we talked about it even as being, it's the Mad Men guy, but I can't remember.
If it is, that's really embarrassing then, isn't it? My memory is... You've destroyed my memory with Marvel.
It's COVID, don't worry about it though. It's COVID.
I had COVID a long time ago now, James. Right, okay. Where are we? Right, I'm confused right now. Mad Men guy looks like he did in the 80s. Wait, that's Stark. What the fuck? Oh. Right. Oh, shut. Right. He's doing a CES presentation. So, yeah. Did that confuse you the first time you saw it? I was really weirded out by it.
Not particularly, but then also that stuff, like, I thought that was some of the worst, like, de-aging CGI, though, I've seen.
Yeah. It looked like a face app.
Because he looked really plastic, I thought. It looked terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even recognise it was him for a while. I thought... Yeah. I was like, what is that? Why is his voice... Like, it was clearly his voice.
Yeah.
But I was like, what is going on here? And then it was like, oh, no, he's in the metaverse, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, whatever. Why didn't he introduce Pepper Potts? What's going on there? Oh, she cancelled. Simple as that. Not as simple as that. Not as simple as that, is it?
No, there's no other mention, is there, really, of this?
Yes. There was a huge mention of this, James.
Well, yeah, that they're broken up, or they're on a break. Yeah,
they're separated.
Yeah. But then there's no. I know that is like a big deal, but then it's a bit weird how that's not dealt with at all in any of the films. Do you know what I mean? It feels a bit odd that it's like that's just like a throwaway.
No, I think there is a point to it. Well, let me get to it. I think I've got to know about it anyway. Charlie Spencer murdered by Tony Stark in Zarkovia. Right. So this was. There's a running theme here that I know what they're driving at, but I don't think they quite did the groundwork to get there.
What? Okay, so the whole part of the whole thing with this film is the idea that the actions of the Avengers,
yes,
but also people like Tony Stark and stuff like that, is having horrible consequences for regular people.
Which I totally get. I totally understand. But then the argument is if the Avengers didn't do anything, there'd be no world for them to complain in.
Yes. Which is also, and that's kind of Captain America's like argument really with that, is that they have to do something. Like they still, something still has to be done. But then, so it is at this point in the film, isn't it, when they begin to talk about the idea of regulation?
Well, yeah, no, this is just before then. So maybe we'll delve into this a little bit later. I said, so this is it. So this is where the guy comes in. They'll talk about. They were watching the news story about what happened in Wakanda, and it said, "Oh, come on." Kicking off about the Avengers, sorry, typos, this is mad. She saved hundreds of people doing what she did. Like, the streets were absolutely rammed full of people.
I know, but then that's not the point. Like, as in, it's not a numbers game. It's the fact that there is still damage being done, and what that damage could result in could be even worse. And also, it's not even that. It's also the fact that at the moment, yes, these people feel that they're doing things because it's the right thing to do. What happens if they go out of control and they start doing things?
Well, there are some more interesting points made about the Avengers a little bit later. So we'll come to it when it goes into a little bit more in depth. Captain America referred to this as a job. Mm-hmm. So why isn't he being paid, James?
He is being paid. It's just not enough for an apartment in Brooklyn.
How much do you reckon he's on?
I have no idea. I mean, I'd imagine it's better than than average, but probably not like amazing.
Okay, all right, interesting. I mean, the Secretary of State has a point. They do just go into other countries without a passport and that. So this is where they start to delve into the problems and of the Avengers. So let's talk about that slightly. It is a bit weird that they are like. If the Avengers were real, oh God, I can't believe we're doing this, but if they were real, there would be countries claiming ownership of them.
Yeah, and they probably would not be allowed to do this.
No, because to just go into other countries and start getting involved with stuff.
Because it's the same reason why we don't, countries don't generally allow, private armies and stuff either. Because
this is it, yeah.
You can't do that.
It kind of makes sense. So initially, I was like, come on. But then as they start, going into things, I was kind of like, no, they've got a point. This needs to be regulated in some way.
See, and also you see also the way that the teams break, into the two sides.
Yeah,
some of these I don't buy. I think it's weird, the way they've sort of been chosen. But some of them make complete sense. Like Tony Stark being on the side of being regulated, to me, makes complete sense.
It does, with all the groundwork of how he's been reacting since New York, right?
Exactly, yeah. And it
doesn't make sense that Captain America would be against it, in my opinion.
See, I think it does to a degree, because it does, because this is like the third part of his story, right? In the sense that this is the third Captain America film. The first film, you've got him being all like, I'm Captain America, yay for America, all that kind of stuff. And, we're trying to beat the Nazis and stuff.
Wasn't what the film was about. Go on.
No, but that still was part... He
just wanted to be a soldier, and he was,
No, but he also wanted to do what was right. He felt like he was doing what was right, and he believed in the values of what it was supposed to be.
Fighting against the Nazis, yeah.
Second film is a bit different to that, whereby you have him coming to terms with this idea that actually authority is not necessarily always right, and that what you're fighting for is maybe not what you think you're fighting for. So for me, this makes sense that when you get to this stage where he's matured to the point where he's now realizing or seeing that even nation states, even governments, sometimes they're not right. Just because they're authority, that doesn't mean that they're doing the right thing.
But he's choosing to be an outlaw vigilante and go against international law. Instead of signing up to the UN, and as Tony Stark says, just join us and we can deal with these situations. We can deal with it together. And he was like, no, fuck the law. I was like,
see,
what?
That's what I agree, because to me, it didn't. I don't think that entirely worked with his character, because the conflict between him and Stark over this, I felt, was not really earned at this stage in the film. Later, absolutely.
No, we know they totally hated each other. They've hated each other for a while.
No, but I think there's always been a kind of a respect there.
Yeah, for sure. And I still think that is here. But anyway, I find it funny that Vision is sitting in on this meeting.
Why?
He's an AI who's only just been born. I said, it reminds me of Paul Rudd telling a story about the last episode of Friends. Have I told you that story?
Yes, yeah.
When Paul Rudd was right at the end where they wrapped up Friends, as he was only on it for 1 or 2 seasons, and he started walking about as everyone was crying because they'd been working together for like 20 years. And he was just standing about going, ooh, what a couple of years. This has been just really out of place. It just looked really out of place to me. Anyway, blimey, that drowning scene was rough, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was also pretty.
So this
horrible.
is the big bad guy.
Yeah, this is Zemo.
Hanging someone over he was trying to find out about the events from 1991.
Yes.
Mission for 1991. And he was hanging someone over a sink and then just filling it up until they drowned.
Yeah.
A bit much. Joe covered Harry's eyes.
Really?
And she went, oh no, you don't want to see that. And I said, he's seen worse, don't worry.
It definitely seen worse.
James, to James.
Orange people exploding and everything. I mean, that was probably worse.
Yeah, eyes being removed. Right, okay. This is quite sad, isn't it? The Avengers are now reflecting on all the people they've killed.
Yes.
I just thought, very fun movies? Obviously, this is a typo. I just thought these were going to be fun movies, but no, they get a little bit serious during this bit.
I think this film out of all of them is probably the most serious in terms of politics and that kind of thing.
Well, this is my next line. Is this, James? This is a risky film. We're getting dangerously close to trade agreements here. Signing over the Avengers to the UN. Look, I'll spoil it now. I absolutely adored this film. I really did. But during this point here, I am sitting here thinking, this feels like episode 1.
Were you worried that there was going to be some scenes of inside the UN and debates going on?
Yeah. Well, because it's like, look at all these imagine the pitch for this film. Right, so basically, there's this scene where we've got all of these massive superheroes. I'm talking Vision, I'm talking Wonder, I'm talking Tony Stark, Iron Man, I'm talking Captain America, and we'll have some shitter ones like Hawkeye in there, sure, we'll include him, oh no, he'd retired at this point, hadn't he? Anyway, we've got all these like major superheroes in a room. Right, what are they doing? Who are they beating up? Who are they saving? What's going to happen at the last second? No, they're deciding whether to join the UN or not.
They're having a fierce debate.
Complex debate about the moral issues between signing the Avengers over to the United Nations.
Yeah, but do they come to blows over this? No, they just have a chat.
Just have a chat, They're not sure.
One of them goes off in a huff.
What is this? I don't know what this is. Wait, is that his ex-girlfriend who's died? Oh yeah, they're at the funeral now. Yeah. Right, the old lady. It's weird that he's holding the coffin, right?
Yeah, that was a bit odd. Yeah.
Do you reckon he demanded it?
Was that what I want to carry? What, he could have carried it on his own if he wanted.
She's already told us that she married someone else.
Yeah.
She's got kids.
Yeah.
And
she's got family, yeah.
Excuse me, can I carry the coffin? Well, sorry, mate. Like, I know you're Captain America, but why? Oh, because we promised each other we'd go for a dance back in the 40s.
I seriously think it'd be better if he'd have just carried it on his own. I think it'd be funnier.
Spinning it on a finger like a basketball.
Just carrying it on his back on his own.
Yeah. That was weird. Okay, who cares? Like, who cares? It's just funny pointing this stuff out. It was weird. Wait, is Cap... Wait, is Cap hot for her niece now? I'm not sure how I feel about this.
He kind of is, yeah. It's
also, why is Natasha at the funeral?
He must have asked her to tag along.
That was weird.
Yeah,
she just turns up there.
I think that was somebody. They needed somebody that he could look at when she revealed who she was, and it'd be like, oh, we need someone to do that.
When she revealed who what was?
When Sharon Carter, we find out who she actually is, because before that we don't really know actually that they're related.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I know, but she got up and did a eulogy, right? So
yeah. Wait,
this is the first time we've seen Sharon Carter, right?
No, we've seen her before, but we didn't know that she was related.
Did we? When?
No. We didn't know she was related.
No. When did we see her before?
I'm sure she's been in ones before this.
Films?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hang on.
Oh my God, James, you are supposed to be the expert, mate. You're supposed to come out, bang.
I'm just having a look. Hang on. Sharon Carter. No, she was in The Winter Soldier. I knew it. Yeah, she was in The Winter Soldier.
Was she in The Winter Soldier? Was she Sharon Carter?
Yeah, she was, yeah.
I don't remember it.
They didn't put two and two together, okay. I think. Yeah.
It was weird. Harry pointed out the guy in the suit and said, "That is Black Panther." Nice of him to drop a spoiler in there for me. So this is, yeah.
Is in T'Challa, like when he saw without the costume on and everything?
Yes.
And he was just like, oh, okay.
That's Black Panther. I went, yeah. Is it? He said, yeah, that's Black Panther. I was like, I wanted to see him. I don't know how he knew that, but he must have. That was really weird.
I'd love to know how he knows.
I don't know.
You know, that's interesting.
He must have seen posters or something. I don't know. Right. Okay. Blimey, that bomb at the conference was awful.
Yeah.
It's just really awful to watch. It was one of those scenes. It reminded me of... Do you remember in the Spider-Man game?
No, I don't.
The Spider-Man game?
I do remember which bit, though?
The bit where...
Do you remember
I don't want
was
to
that when he was...
it.
Okay, is this also a political event?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. It really reminded me of that. It was awful. Okay. Oh my, they're totally going to put Cap and Peggy's niece together, aren't they? And he picked her up at the funeral. Like, that's where he made his move.
He did, yeah. It was, It was the right time, clearly.
Man, it was Bucky who did the bomb? Well, obviously it wasn't, but we'll get to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the niece now at the UN meeting in Venice?
Because she's also part of the whole thing.
So, but here's the thing. This is what confused me. I know she's part of the whole thing, but she got to Venice like really quick. Was that like days later?
It must have been days later.
Like, okay, it didn't seem it. It's sort of like just cut to Venice, and then they're like, everyone's there, and I was like, weren't you just okay? And now Cap is there. Well, they weren't that far away then. That's what I thought. Right, okay, we've established that's days later. Cap and Falcon go to the same bland cap shop. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's exactly the same cap, just a different shade of, off colour. It was
mostly grey or whatever, or
didn't want a Nike logo on that. No, didn't want some sort of Adidas sign on that. Just no. We just have the plain one, please. It's cheaper. Danny Dyer there spotting the Winter Soldier. Did you notice that guy?
No, was that Danny Dyer?
No, it wasn't. But it didn't half look like him. He was the market stall guy. Right. And he sort of notices the Winter Soldier and starts running away. Right, it looks a bit like Danny Dyer. Watch that bit again.
Do you want a bit of trivia about that bit?
Go on.
Because it was in Bucharest.
They didn't tell him, and basically that guy really did think he was the. No, go on. Yeah, go on.
So it was in Romania, in Bucharest.
Yep.
It turns out, so the actor who is Sebastian Stan, who is Bucky
I know I'm not going to believe this. Go on.
He was so he grew up in Bucharest until he was 8 years old. Speaks Romanian, and that whole thing in done in Romanian, he just did it as being like like not as in he made it up or anything like that. As in like he could speak Romanian, so it's like it worked well.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, that's fine then. Because I thought you were going to say the actor that pointed and ran away was actually a kid that he used to bully at school, and they just filmed it like he wasn't actually an actor. So they kept that in. Like, that's the sort of stories you've told me in the past.
Bullshit. Nothing as bad as that.
Yeah. As bad as that. Cap is making some very questionable decisions here, right? He seems to trust Bucky, but why on earth would he do that?
I know. That's the thing. He seems to implicitly trust him. But
based on a relationship from the 40s. No,
exactly.
But my point is this. He knows that he's been brainwashed.
See, that's the thing. Exactly, because... Okay, maybe you can feel like, okay, maybe this is a mistake or whatever, but he still might have done it because he's been brainwashed. It doesn't make any sense.
It just goes with it. And to the point where he's fighting the local authorities.
Yes.
To protect him. I'm like, this is not Captain America.
Yeah.
That was weird. I mean, all right.
Why not just let them take him in and then just like, have him looked at or whatever?
It's like, okay, he was right. Okay, fine. But...
yeah, he was right, but then also he's still incredibly dangerous as an individual.
Yeah, But he was right. But there's no logical way that he knew that he was right at this point.
No, it's
there's
all just
no
on
possible
gut feeling
way,
in it, or
just
whatever.
on that feeling. And what is he got the power of feelings now? Is he, James? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I think I agree.
Yeah, I'm just frustrated with it. Right, okay. Boom, Black Panther has arrived. Harry shouted, "He's cool," the moment he was on screen. But then also said he was like the catsuit Mario from 3D World. It's the first time you see him. He's like, he jumps onto a wall and then slides down with his claws.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, it's like catsuit Mario." I was like, yeah, I suppose it is, mate.
But a much cooler version, though, I think.
Slightly cooler version.
Yeah.
The reveal of who Black Panther was completely ruined by Harry Turner.
Yeah.
Cap under arrest. I bet James was fuming at that. So, it was completely ruined by Harry, but they did make it off. It wasn't supposed to be a big reveal.
No, I really don't think it was, because he was the only person from Wakanda that they talked to the whole time.
Yeah.
If it had been somebody else, who's this guy?
Yeah. Also, the last time we saw him before this, he gets up and goes, "I'm going to kill him." So you're like, okay, all right, it's definitely him. Yeah, get Captain America under arrest, James. Yeah. I bet you hated seeing that.
No, I didn't, because I just, as I said, by this point, I also agreed. I thought I don't know what he's up to at this point.
All I'm thinking, right, is I think you listen back to previous episodes and the way you talk about Captain America. I think you've started to realise that you might be coming across as a bit of a weirdo with Captain America. And
no,
you changed
it's not that, because I still because in other films that are coming, I feel he redeems himself massively from this. But this, I really do feel this is a low point in terms of his character.
A low point in terms of his character, right. Vision keeping Wanda in check for Tony. Yep, this is getting awkward. This is the whole delay technique. I don't know. This whole subplot was a bit shit, I thought. There's not a lot of crap in this film. I think it's brilliant. But the whole Wanda and Vision, it's just trying to, keep each other preoccupied. So that I just thought, what is this? What's the need for this? There is no. Well, no,
because they're both trying to learn how to interact in the world. Like Vision's trying to learn.
Come on, but they don't even express that in these scenes, do they, James? It might as well be like in those old school American, sitcoms where it was like, no, don't go out there. Can you get me a coffee? Yeah, okay. It's just stupid, right? Okay. Joe and I are debating whether or not Vision and Wanda could be a couple, considering he's an AI.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, I don't see why not. Why not?
He's an AI.
I know he is, but he's a sentient AI,
right? Which is fine. So he can feel love, right?
Yeah,
totally. But she knows he's an AI.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's she's going to be like, you're still an AI?
Yeah, but I know, but she's still attracted to him.
Yeah.
She's attracted to his personality.
But his personality is made up. And the personality can change just based on AI. It's like, do I really love this album, or has the algorithm on Spotify told me that I love this album?
It's not the same at all.
No, it's pretty similar, James. Pretty similar. Dating an algorithm. All right, you go for it, mate.
Well, I mean, they get married in the comics, so, So there you go.
Can he?
Can he what? I don't think so. I mean, I bet he can, but I don't think there's going to be anything. There's not going to be any result, I don't think.
Not a happy home life. I've got in bold letters here, capitals. What have I got written down, James?
Hawkeye?
No.
I
have two more guesses. What happens at this point in the film that would send me mental?
I was going to say Hawkeye.
No, you can't just use that for all three guesses.
Oh.
What's in this film that would make me go wild, James?
Spider-Man?
Nope. Better than Spider-Man? A more influential character in my life than Spider-Man.
Hang on, is this okay? Is this somebody? But is this somebody from Marvel films, or is this something else?
I'm going to put you out of your misery. I've written in big bold letters, Tim from The Office.
Oh right.
Oh my God, he's American now.
Yeah, he's doing a terrible American accent.
He's doing a terrible American accent. Yeah. Better than Ray Winston's one in The Departed, though. That was his. He's got a better one than that. But yeah, Tim from The Office. So that's 2 people from the UK office have been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Yeah, because we had Finchy, and now we've had him as well.
I mean, Mackenzie Crook's got to be in one of these. Like, don't tell me, but he's got to be in one of these somewhere. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, right. Cap and Falcon don't look under arrest, do they? Oh, right. Cap and Falcon don't look under arrest, do they?
No, not really. They're just sort of like
wandering around. It's like a fake arrest. They've taken his shield. I bet you were really fuming at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's government property, isn't it?
It is government property.
So they're allowed to have that.
I mean, years ago, but just let them have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stark and Pepper have broken up then. Makes this little chat with Thor and in Ultron a bit awkward.
Yeah, because he was all like, she's great.
I've got the better girlfriend. No, I have. Yeah, well, we're still together, mate.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did that dude get to be the interviewer? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, cool switcheroo, but it's a bit weird. That's totally explained. It's totally explained. There's me going, that wouldn't happen. By the end of the film, I'm like, yes, it would. I love stuff like that. Because a lot of the stuff from this film fall into place, don't they?
It does,
it's really quite clever.
Particularly towards the end, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
lots of dead people. That's how. No, David, that's not how. But there were lots of dead people leading up to the interrogation room. So Falcon and Cap getting battered by the Winter Soldier.
Yep. This was a great sequence, though. This is the whole, the Winter Soldier breaking out, smashing everyone up, basically. Okay. And trying to leg it. Yeah.
Right. Well, did Cap sit there and think, actually, maybe I shouldn't have beaten up the police to save him then? Right, okay. Wicked fight sequence with everyone and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Cap trying to hold on to the helicopter as he was trying to fly away. That was just funny. That looks weird.
That is because today I've been looking up and doing some background reading and stuff. People are very taken by that scene for some reason. Yeah, it's a scene that people go on about all the time.
Why?
This idea that it's like Captain America stopping this helicopter taking off, and I was like, it's weird because I watched it. I thought, I thought it's all right, but it's not anything special compared to what he's done before. I didn't.
Wait, hold on. So are they saying that he shouldn't have been able to do that within the limitations of his special powers?
No. They're saying it's an example of how strong he is, and how brilliant he is that he could do that.
Yeah, I didn't fit.
But I didn't think that was any more than anything he's ever done.
The first time we saw him, he was hopping from cars to car roofs, running at 400 miles an hour or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything special personally, but yeah, people seem to really like it for some reason.
I mean, there's also jokes about could the Winter Soldier have jumped out at the last minute and saved his. Okay,
well, he probably could have. He could have fallen out at that moment.
Right. Okay. Cap now saving the Winter Soldier. Come on, James. Cap is going off the rails here. I'm so sure that you weren't going to defend him.
No. I honestly.
Although you were going to defend him. Sorry.
No, I'm not going to defend him. And also, the team Captain America, as it were, I still don't fully understand a lot of these people and their motivation. But
yeah, I think it was basically just to set up to have this incredible sequence. That
sequence in the airport. Yeah.
Yeah. which just proves that everyone's point. Anyway, we'll get to it. Capital letters. There's more than one Winter Soldier. Wow, that crew looked pretty badass, to be fair.
Yeah.
They look pretty. It's weird.
That was horrible as well, especially when they started breaking necks and all that kind of thing. And,
I'm wondering where the Civil War comes into this film, though. There's way less infighting than I thought there would be.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. They address that, but It's funny how it's like Civil War. It's called Captain America: Civil War. The big poster is all the superheroes facing at each other, like snarling at each other. The trailer was pretty much just that airport scene.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, and the build up to this is about an hour and a half. Hours,
yeah,
isn't it?
sitting there going,
it's ridiculous.
Are they going to fight or what? Yeah,
I mean,
really
also,
weird.
I mean, should I tell you about any of the background of this?
No, tell me at the end.
Right, okay, go on.
If you've got some stuff, save it for the end. Right, so this is the Spider-Man bit. So, and the intro to it was brilliant. So they're coming up with ideas on how to bring Captain America and his fellow supporters. What are we calling them? His team. How they were going to bring them in, and Iron Man has an idea. The little setup was great. It said, what was Black Widow's idea though? I don't get that. She said, I've got an idea.
I don't know. They didn't
explain it. He goes, so have I. Well, where's yours? Downstairs. Where's yours? That little smile, and it comes up Queens with that music. The whole scene with Tony Stark and Peter Parker, absolutely phenomenal.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I never thought I'd like Spider-Man. I've never had any interest in Spider-Man whatsoever. And, as I said, I played the 2 games, the Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Miles Morales, to me, was like an infinitely better character than Peter Parker. Like, I love Miles Morales. I watched this and I was like, I get it now. Instantly.
No, because Tom Holland is fantastic.
He's absolutely brilliant.
Like, it's like exactly. He's kind of like. He's playing it exactly as it was in a lot of the comics, basically. But then many of the other actors haven't done that, and they've all like been like, I'm going to take my own take. My one's like
him more broody or hunky or whatever,
dark one or whatever like that. Whereas this is so much better. Like, it's just so perfect. I think.
Yeah,
and, it works.
It's Tony Stark spitting the meatloaf out in the thing. That was the first thing that made me laugh. This whole scene is just full of brilliant gags. Like, I'm going to like these two together, I think. Yeah. Hopefully there's more scenes with those two just together.
There's a lot, because it's that whole sort of like father-son kind of relationship also almost as well.
The chemistry is just there. Like, what's amazing, it's just there instantly.
Yeah.
He's walking around the apartment, like Peter Parker's like grabbing stuff. This is a great scene I put. Spider-Man's crap suit, Tony Stark taking the mick out of him. It just all works. Although I couldn't stop looking at the spot on Peter Parker's nose there. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice that, no.
Really? Watch it again. No. It's really, once you notice it, you can't stop noticing it.
Okay.
Whoa, right, so that's that scene dealt with, I think. Although, that was weird. Why is Aunt May incredibly attractive?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, why wouldn't she be? Because if you think about it...
everything she's ever been in, she's an old lady, isn't she?
I know, but then that doesn't make sense, really, if you think about it. She's an aunt. She's not like a grandma.
Oh, yeah. How old's Peter Parker?
He's 19.
So...
Well, actually, no, he's not. Okay, the actor... Okay, so Tom Holland was 19 when he did this, but the actor is actually still in high school. So he's going to be about, 16.
No, the actor wasn't in high school. What?
No, as in... Okay, so Peter Parker at this stage is still in high school.
Right, okay. But Peter Parker's not an actor. Just to let you know.
Yes, I said Tom Holland is 19, or was 19 at this time.
Yeah, but then you said the actor is still in high school.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. But yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like, so his character is still in high school. Why would his aunt be like a grandmother? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Unless his mum was really old.
Yeah. Well, either way, this one's better.
Anyway, so, very attractive Aunt May, which Tony Stark points out. Right, okay. Okay, big scene. Hawk's getting smashed by Vision, who apparently can just sort of turn into a hologram here and there. That was weird.
He can change his mass, as it were. So he's like either
do that?
mass or whatever. Yeah.
Interesting. Then Wonder smashing the shit out of Vision.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It puts him right the way through the floors, all the floors, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
What she did with that was because her power comes from the same Infinity Stone, and so she also can the power that she has also comes from the same Infinity Stone that Vision does, because Vision is from the Scepter, and when she was experimented on,
that's
her
right.
powers came
She
from
was
that.
with what do you call it? The Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So she has the ability also to control mass and make things like heavier or lighter and all that kind of stuff. And that's what she did to him there. She just made him like
how
incredibly
this stuff is just
heavy.
like not really explained.
Yeah. But yeah,
because it was a bit like, how has she got the power to do that to him? I guess she's got. It is weird. Yeah. Okay. There seems to be no explanation behind any of the stuff. Not that,
but it did look very cool. Like the way he's like
brilliant.
Yeah.
Cap now kissing the niece, which is super weird. Harry said, this is a Harry quote, "Wow, Captain America has kissed so many people in his life." I was like, I could think of 2, Harry. No, 3. I think we've seen him kiss 3 people.
Do you know what's the thing is though? Whenever we watch any films like this with Asher, he doesn't want to watch those scenes ever
because it's cringe.
Yeah, he just every time it happens, he looks at it and he's like, "Oh, do they have to do this like this?"
Yeah, I don't know how Harry feels about it, but here he just had to highlight that Captain America has kissed so many people in his life.
He's 3, I think. Yeah.
Wanda's accent has changed during the course of this film.
Yep.
So I bet. Ant-Man! Why is every entrance cool? Like every
that was a good entrance.
That
was. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
just like opening the thing and it's like, oh, it's Scott Lang. That was great.
My favourite bit of that.
It's Rudd.
It's Rudd. My favourite bit of that is that he goes, "Captain America, oh man," and he looks around and sees Wanda and goes, "Oh, I know you too."
And also that whole I'm still shaking your hands.
yeah. I mean, it was fantastic. Yeah. Standoff. Here we go. Spider-Man turning up was superb, saluting Cap, saying hi to everyone. We were all laughing hard.
Yeah.
What's amazing about this, I think, is that it's a bit of a switcheroo, this scene. So all the promotion is around this film. The title of this scene. The title of this film is around this scene. The imagery we've seen is all about this scene. Yet, what I thought was going to be this really sort of rough and serious conflict turned out to just be a really long comedy sketch. Loads of slapstick, stupid quotes and jokes about each other.
Yeah.
It was
basically,
it's a comedy scene. It was a slapstick comedy scene.
But I still think it worked in like dramatically in the sense of like what was going on, because the thing is, if you
dramatically.
No, it did, because the thing is that both they're in these 2 opposing groups, but they don't hate each other, like obviously.
No,
because why would they?
No,
there's no reason, why they would.
In terms of characters, I think it was fine. I don't think it was like, I don't think it made much of a difference. I think it was let's have some fun with this moment. And I think it needed to be that, because you got to remember that kids are going to watch these films and they're going to have their heroes, and watching their heroes legitimately beat the crap out of each other is not going to be entertaining to them. But lighten it up, make jokes, make sure everyone can see that no one's really getting hurt.
Yeah, well,
then it works.
Apart from War Machine.
Yeah, no, but it's only War Machine. Like, when I say the kids have got their heroes, no one's turning around going, "He's my favourite." Even though I really, really like War Machine. Like,
Rhodey's great. He's a great character.
Absolutely, 100%. Right, okay. Spider-Man turning up was, okay, we've done that. Ant-Man hitting Spider-Man. That's right. How does Hawkeye compete with the others?
It's down to that again. Like, why is Hawkeye there? Can
I talk about this? You're Avenger. You're an Avenger, right? I think this is the right time to talk about this. You're an Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
What side are you picking?
See, I mean, I probably would be on Team Iron Man at this stage.
It's the easiest decision you will ever make in your life. You stand in the middle of them, you look one way, you see Spider-Man, you see Iron Man,
Black Widow.
You see Black Widow, you see
Panther.
War Machine. Who else is with them? Someone else really cool is on that side as well.
There's Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Well. Yeah.
No, Black Panther's on the other side, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's on. He's.
Oh, initially he's on Captain America's side.
Initially he's on the Iron Man side.
Yeah, but then you look over the other side, you'll see Captain America, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, the Falcon. Who else?
Oh, Wanda. They got Wanda.
Yeah, they got Wanda. That's the other good one. Oh, that's it. Look, sorry. Looking back over to Iron Man's side, we got Vision.
Yeah.
Literally got an Infinity Stone on his forehead.
Yeah.
Like, I think I know which way I'm going, James.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Harry agreed, by the way. He said this. I said, what side would you pick? He went, Iron Man. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, how does Hawkeye compete with any of this? Like, it's just...
Yeah, that's the thing. If you look at like the other team, there's literally no one on that other team that he'd be able to beat, like at all.
Poor Hawkeye. I thought this was going to be a really serious battle between two sets of superheroes. This is what we discussed, but actually, it's a really funny sequence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harry said he'd be on Iron Man's side. Hard to disagree. Yeah, we discussed that. I was sad that Nat and Hawkeye were fighting. Yeah, that was weird. That hit me when I saw those two fight. Like. Everyone else fighting didn't bother me. When I saw those two fighting, for some reason I went, "Oh man, not those two." Yeah, because
they've always been close, haven't they?
Yeah, and then they made it very clear that they weren't really fighting.
Yeah,
they were just in it for the ruck, and they had that little moment together. I thought that was quite cool.
Can I ask you one other question? Right,
go on.
Have you seen Arrested Development? Right.
No, the first 3 episodes or whatever.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Why?
Because there's like a. Do you know that there's one of the famous things from that is the stair car. It's like one of the characters drives around.
What, in one of those airport car things?
Yeah, which is like an airport car, and it's got like Bluth family like written on the side of it, like the other thing. That is in this film. Like it's in that airport. Which is just really weird. It's like
it's got Bluth family.
It's got the Bluth family logo.
Oh, brilliant! That's quite funny. Yeah. But yeah, no, that it was really funny that the whole point in this film is about how destructive the Avengers are. Yet they are ripping an airport apart. Several
destroying
planes.
Airplanes. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
I mean, what airport is it? I mean, there was no one there.
Well, okay. What did you think of when Ant-Man went big though, as well? Because I thought that was brilliant.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh my god. Okay. Ant-Man going into Iron Man's suit. That was brilliant. But he said, who is that? Oh, it's your conscience.
It's your conscience, yeah.
Then he gets blasted out. Oh my god, Ant-Man is massive now. H-A-H-A-H-A-H is what I wrote. It was brilliant. It was just brilliant. It was funny.
And then all that Spider-Man, Spider-Man referencing, The Empire Strikes Back, and just saying that's how we can deal with it. And he's like,
I think that's some foreshadowing.
Really?
I think it is, James. And not to the inevitable, they wrapped the strings around the Ant-Man's legs and brought him down, which was funny. Harry loved that, by the way, the reference to there you go. I put, ha ha ha, Spider taking Ant-Man down like he's on Hoth. That was, and I put, they're making quite a mess, aren't they? But this is, I think that is also a nod towards something else in the film. We'll get there. We'll get there, James. Oh man, it suddenly got serious, and when the War Machine hit the ground, didn't it? Even when it gets hit, so he flies. They're all flying off to try and catch Captain America.
Yeah.
Vision tries to help by shooting. He tries to shoot.
He tries to shoot at Falcon. He tries to shoot at Falcon and
tries to shoot Falcon, misses, which is not like his character at all. He's not put a step wrong.
No, it's because Falcon dodges at the last second.
It was because Falcon dodges, and also Vision was worried about Wanda at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a lot going on there to explain why he missed. He hit the War Machine. The War Machine, even I'm going, this is still fun. Even as he's falling, they go down to try and save him, and then just
that thud.
And I was
the
like,
ground.
It's gone serious now.
Yeah.
Oh no. That was hard to watch. That
I know, because then you got Tony Stark hitting Falcon as well. Get out the way and everything. It's like
ripping the mask off and seeing his face. Yeah, it was horrible. Okay, so recap here. The dude that wanted to know about that's later on in the film, but the tone just stops there. The comedy stops there for a bit, doesn't it?
It does,
and the rest of the film is kind of serious. Let's see if it brings it back to comedy as well.
I think it is. This is the point where it's like there are actually consequences to this.
Yes,
as what's going on, and then that. Okay. For the rest of it, no, it's like that.
Okay, so recap here. The dude that wanted to know about 1992 was actually the bomber dressed up.
1991.
1991 was actually the bomber dressed up as Winter Soldier, right? Yes, he was.
Yes.
Right. That's further explained later on. I think I picked up on it a little bit earlier than the proper explanation. Hard to see Hawkeye, Ant-Man and Falcon locked up, isn't it? Well, maybe Hawkeye is fine. But when they're in prison, it was kind of like, oh man, why are they in prison?
Ant-Man's used to it.
Don't treat them like shit. And to be fair, like, as Tony Stark makes out, that they were absolutely not supposed to be in a prison like that. Like, he did not agree with where they were.
But then also that was part of the whole thing of like, well, this is what Captain America meant, was that it could end up like this. You know, that was the worry about it.
I don't remember this. Sorry, I've put coolest suiting up of an Iron Man there, then falling out of the plane. What does he do?
Well, because he goes back to the plane after he's found out where they are.
Yeah.
And then he like slips out of the plane by like the suit comes on and he just slips out the back.
Yeah, I can't remember how the suit comes on though. But yeah, he's acted as if he's going home, doesn't he? But clearly he's getting into his Iron Man suit and flying off to try and find everyone. God, this has been fantastic as well.
I know, because also this is the point at which he now knows the truth as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is all going to get worked out now. Yeah. That's what you're thinking. It's like, I think this is going to have a nice ending.
Yeah. Hey, Iron Man and Cap are friends again. Harry is well happy about that. Does not last long.
Yeah.
Oh my. He killed all of the other Winter Soldiers. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, we're going to get a group of villains here.
That's what I thought was going to happen. Like
each one of them with a bullet in the head. That was hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. Oh man, the reveal of the Winter Soldier killing Stark's parents was mad.
And it was horrible as well, wasn't it? Especially the strangling his mum.
Yeah.
That was grim.
Joe covered Harry's eyes for that bit as well. And Cap knew, they are not friends anymore. This fight is intense, and I genuinely don't know how it's going to end. Winter Soldier's arms being destroyed, didn't expect that. Black Panther saving that guy from shooting himself and then not falling for the same trap as everyone else. That's great stuff.
The vengeance stuff, yeah.
Yep. Cap gives up the shield. Right, okay, let's talk about the shield quickly. So what, was it damaged by the Falcon, by Black Panther?
It was, yes.
So his claws can cut through the hardest metal on Earth.
His claws are the same as the hardest metal on Earth.
Okay, all right. That's cool. I didn't know that.
That's why. Because his suit is made from vibranium as well.
So there's loads of vibranium about.
In Wakanda, yeah. And
wasn't Ultron trying to get didn't he buy loads of vibranium?
He did, yeah. And the Black Panther film that's coming, all of this will make a lot more sense after that. Cool. It's very cool.
Okay. Cool.
But then also, I mean, the other thing, with the guy who was like, the chief bad guy, as it were, like the whole thing.
He was just a nothing, right? He was a nobody.
He was a nobody, but then, I mean, I liked, like how he kept listening to that message back on his phone all the time, like throughout the film, and you're like, what's that about? And then you find, obviously, it's because...
the message?
It was the last message that he got from his wife.
That's right.
And so he kept listening back to it all the time.
Yeah, because he wasn't a nobody, but he was essentially someone else who was affected by their actions.
Yes, basically, yeah. And who just wanted them to tear each other apart.
Yeah,
because he was because he said, I'm not, there's no way he could take them on himself. Yeah, so get them to destroy themselves, was the thing. And he
Although he was an expert in prosthetics.
That's true, yes. Yeah.
So, he did have some skills. Right, or he should have just got one of those mesh face things that...
the Black Widow had.
Suddenly no one seems to be using anymore. Yeah. Right, okay. Where were we? Black Panther saving that guy, Cap giving up his shield. Man, how do these films move on from this, is what I've put.
That's what's really cool about this film, because this... See, this is a really brave kind of. I mean, okay, for a massive blockbuster film and for this sort of like a huge franchise, this is quite a brave ending,
Save it, right? Because we're going to get to an important point here. For the most powerful Avenger, Vision doesn't really do much in this, does he? He doesn't.
He shot down Rhodey.
Stan Lee cameo. FedEx. This is for Tony Stank. Terrible. It's the worst one yet. Okay, here we go. This is the most Empire Strikes Back ending I've seen in any other film. Mm-hmm. That's my view.
Yeah, because it is the sort of like it. Okay, it is that sort of where do we go from here?
Yeah.
But actually,
where do we go from here? And
the door is still open though.
Everything's bad. Like everything's changed. Bad.
Yeah.
Like no one really likes each other by the end of this film.
No, and everything is like fundamentally changed, like in a huge way.
In a huge way.
And what's quite interesting about this is that Marvel weren't happy with this at all.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's stick with the Empire Strikes Back stuff first, because I also drew parallels on. Do you remember when Luke Skywalker loses his hand? You're like, he can't. He's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I felt the same way about. Oh, you know when they said that the War Machine was now paralyzed.
Yeah.
That's obviously they're gonna find out later on that he's okay, and then he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
But they can't do that.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
there's
they
actual
have.
consequences. Yeah, for things. In this.
Totally. Honestly, I can't remember another film because the first time I watched Empire Strikes Back, that ending sort of blew me away. I was like, how could they do that? That's really not expected at all. And I don't feel like any long-running series of films has done anything similar, or not one that I've seen anyway. And this film, exactly the same tone for me. It felt exactly the same.
Because it completely upends everything, really. Yeah. And it upends everything that we've been building to, like through the whole, how many films is this now? This is 13th film. And yeah, it's totally upended all that.
Right, so I put genuinely can't wait to see where we go from here. Before we move on, what were you going to say about Marvel and stuff?
So the executives were not very happy with the ending of this film, like as before it was shot, like because they wanted like Tony Stark and Captain America to come together and fight a villain, as it were, at the end. Like that's what they wanted to happen. But then the directors really pushed back, and I've got the quote here. They said, "There's nothing interesting about that film. We're not here to make that movie. We're not interested in telling another superhero story." As in, they didn't want to do that. They wanted it to have some consequence and have some meaning, towards the end, which I think they totally achieved that. Like it's a strong film. I think this is
I think it's a very strong film. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit weird if you're going to write and direct a superhero film. It's a bit weird for you to say we don't want to do a superhero film.
No, as in they didn't want to do one that had like a triumphalist ending. That's what they meant by that. Yeah. Some sort of thing like that. Yeah. But you see, I mean, this film was based on a comic book series that's called Civil War, that came out. I think it was like mid 2000s, like 2005, 2006, around that sort of time, maybe 2007, I can't remember. And what that was is it was very similar in concept to this, in that there was these like the two factions sort of fighting each other, but the reason for it was slightly different. Instead of it being the United Nations, sort of wanting to control the Avengers, it was all about the US government bringing in like a registration act, where it was like any superheroes or whatever had to register with the government, and and it then also causes this same sort of divide between the teams of people that want to register and others that don't, because they feel it's like infringing civil liberties and all that kind of stuff.
So what were the other facts that you had about this film then?
That's about all I've got. That's really all I've got so far, because I mean we've talked everything so far that I already kind of know with this.
Yeah, it was a good film. It was a really good film. Like, it's up there for me as one of the best ones we've watched. I thought just everything worked really well. The twists were really good. The action was really good. The comedy was really good. And it was just really believable, I thought, apart from a couple of things.
Yeah.
And it really worked well.
And it turns Captain America into a bit of an arsehole, really, I think. Really
does, yeah. He does not come across well in this film at all.
Yeah.
And I'm so surprised when you said that you agreed with that. Really?
No, I do.
Blew me away.
Because you see, the Captain America that I saw in the previous two films, I can really get on board with as like a character. But the decisions he makes in this film, to me, don't make a lot of sense. I mean, I understand completely this idea of like, things like registration that can be like perverted, they can be changed, and it can be bad. But then also, you can still engage with the process, as Tony Stark was saying, and then you can control it. It doesn't make any sense to just completely reject it.
Yeah.
But strange.
Yeah, weird one. Okay.
See, the other thing that sucks about this though now is that, like you're saying, like where do we go from here? How's this going to get like resolved? And things are going to get resolved with all of this, but not for a while actually. Like in terms of the films that we've got coming.
Well, yeah, because it's a completely new character. The next film.
Yeah, so we've got Doctor Strange next.
Well, let's not get onto that. We've still got some stuff to talk about. So I've put Harry's mark out of 10 was 8.5, but then he said it was his second favourite film that we've watched.
Okay.
And I went, but you've rated other films high. There's no need to go into it. He's 8 years old. Favourite bit, when Spider-Man shows up for the first time, I put, that was a good bit.
It was definitely a good bit, yeah.
Mid-credit scene, Winter Soldier going back into the fridge. What was that massive cat statue thing?
That's Wakanda.
Right, and that's just
Black
where
Panther.
his base is, right?
Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, all this will... Yeah, Black Panther, it all comes clear in that.
Okay. Harry just said it was his second favourite film, is what I put there. That's the end of my notes. Absolute cracker. Absolute banger of a film.
Do you know, I can't wait until we get to Black Panther because that is such a good film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we watched the trailer for Doctor Strange. It looked like someone had just seen Inception.
As I said to you before, this is my least favourite of this phase. Like, okay. I don't think it's that great, but it's still...
I mean, okay.
It's all right.
It may be crap or whatever, but I'm quite excited to look at the visual effects, because the visual effects look crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to do some wacky stuff on my television, so I'm up for that. I'm up for it.
See, we got such good stuff coming now, and then you got Guardians of the Galaxy again.
Again, he's so happy about that.
Yeah,
Harry is so pumped for that.
You must also now be a little bit more excited for Spider-Man as well.
100%. Like my interest in the Spider-Man films has gone way up now after seeing just those few scenes with him.
Because they are so good. They're really good. And then Thor Ragnarok is one of the best.
Okay, all right, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Next up, Doctor Strange, which I thought was a good nickname for you.
Oh, thanks.
But we're gonna get the background behind that film. Okay. Yeah. I will catch you. I'll give you a call next week.
Yeah. See you later.
Goodbye, mate.
Bye.
This is the awkward bit. I've got to find the red button. It's hidden. There it is.